since 1932, these two programs have defined conferences, won national titles, and no matter what happens, they find their way back to each other. And when these two meet, the whole nation pays attention. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. To the air, it's Mateer. Here's a heat. Got room at the 35. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing, I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
That's reeled in. It's Harris. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Myers on the move. Got it in the middle. It's Harris. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The run inside. It smothers. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Manning from the gun on third down. Right down the middle. Over the middle, complete to Coleman. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Stepping to the right. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Here's Manning to throw. Now adjusting. Rolling right and going deep. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Longhorns! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point was good. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here come the Sooners, ready to go on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Runs for the tackle. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
He'll pull it down and run.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell. They want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just try to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Arch Madness. Oh, they're after him. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
Well, this defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and their coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on that. Great news, they've already registered a sack here early in this game.
And the Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To throw, it's Manning. There's the pressure. Sets up the screen. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give them a sack to play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here, you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Nice job getting it out of your hands and now making the 3rd down very manageable.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Fourth down, Manning. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on 4th.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
This is a designed run, and they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And this defense gets the first sack. And listen, it is so important to hit the QB, to affect the QB. Last week only had 2 sacks for this defense. They got to continue to put pressure and get that guy to the ground.
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Play action, here's Manning. Coleman's got it on the right side. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You're bringing Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, we didn't even mention the running backs when you bring in two who are studs. So, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes...
And he's got room. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
Arch is going to throw for it. Catch in the middle. It's Wingo across the 25. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. With the catch, it's Robinson. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Yeah, and you gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never gonna be a cornerback. That's not gonna happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm gonna go attack and make some plays.
He's gonna lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Makes the grab. At the 35, he's got room. Touchdown, Oklahoma. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. Looking for a crease. It's Smothers.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The Longhorns have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They go right back to it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You know, God bless Texas, because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no. They got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's...
Down the seam on the left. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
You know what's always a good idea? Getting it to your best playmaker. That's a good idea. Whether it's shallow, whether it's deep, this guy can make things happen. He's lightning in a bottle when he catches the football. And that pass, it was short, but watch him. He can make guys miss, outrun, turn those little bitty catches into big plays.
He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Pulls it in. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
That brings us to 3rd and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football, be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to top. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Fires to the wideout. That pass is incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll heave it deep. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. The Sooners send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Makes a move. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Manning. Here comes the heat. At the 45, on his way. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Manning. Unloads to the wideout. Finds his man, it's Wingo. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. The Longhorns come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Going to the run, it's Smothers. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Texas State Fair. Played here since 1932, these two programs have defined conferences, won national titles, and no matter what happens, they find their way back to each other. And when these two meet, the whole nation pays attention. The Longhorns ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will... to the 25-yard line. Is the heat giving him some kind of mirage and he thought he saw fourth down someplace? It's not fourth down, and the punt team's on the field. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Could we get the trainers over to the coach right now? He's got his punt team out there, and it's not fourth down. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Wideouts, no backs. Throwing Manning. Coleman's got it. Turns it on down the left side. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So the score...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. It can get frustrating chasing that quarterback, but you got to pull up. The roughing the passer penalty gives him the first down. Here's Arts to throw. Escapes the pressure going right. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
And this could be really huge for this defense, man. You got put in a horrible spot. You can complain, you can whine, if you want to. It ain't going to help nothing. They do a great job being ready for the pass on first down. Now, second down and goal. They've got to bow their necks. They've got to find a way to continue to be physical and make some plays here and try to force the field goal.
He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Dropping back, it's Mateer. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly picked off. Instead, he'll force a fourth down.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
Hunt is in the air. Catches it cleanly at the 20. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. They'll move the wide receiver. To throw, Manning. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Snags it down the right side. Lots of room to run. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
And he tacked on the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Sooners want to move quickly. To the air, it's Mateer. Rushes on him, and that ball's free behind the line. Bounced right back to them.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Second down after the offense recovered its own fumble. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And this defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together, really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. And this offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen them the last couple weeks.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. He'll try to take it back.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Here's Manning to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
Manning tries to pick it up on third down. Fires left. Got the big pause on it, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Makes the catch. It's Harris. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Offense changing the play. Back to pass. It's Mateer. Makes the grab. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup.
Man, you gotta love the response of the quarterback. Like last possession, you make a mistake, easy to get down on yourself sometimes, but now just come out and you're absolutely surgical. 4 for 4, spreading the ball out, seeing the defense really well. Nice bounce back for this QB.
They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got the quick pass.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Back to pass. The short hands. It's Thomas. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going...
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. The quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. You do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. Just has to do better moving forward.
Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Manning with a play fake. Floating away. He'll try to do it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Arch Madness. Caught behind the line. It's Smothers. There's some room. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Off the play fake on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Townsend. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll run it. It's Smothers. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Arch is going to throw for it. Firing to the right, complete. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
Scanning the field, it's Manning. On target.
Love the play call by the offense. Love drag routes down this close to the goal line. First down, you're just trying to get an easy completion, catch and run, walk in, score. Defense made a nice play. They made the tackle, so now you got to turn the page. You got to find something here on 2nd.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Manning. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Touchdown, Longhorns! He got it, feet down in bounds. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
And this offense right now, they're doing some damage through the air. That's now their 2nd passing touchdown. They thought coming into this game they were going to have some matchups on the perimeter of the field that they could take advantage of, and they've done that so far here today.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Sending the offense back onto the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smothers. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Manning on play action. moving away from pressure. He'll get rid of it. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Defensive coordinators draw up all these blitzes, and then you got a guy like that, and he just can roll, and he can get out of things. He's a magician, just pops out of things, makes plays. He got outside the pocket, incomplete pass, but you know what? I was still holding my breath the whole time.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. On the left side, here's Coleman. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down for 38. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the 1st half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. It's Lockett. There he goes to the right. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Texas! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And he made the extra point without problem. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
And the Sooners headed quickly to the line.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. Sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch. He'll wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Wants to keep it in the air. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th down, going to the air. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. Play this game in the shadow of Big Tex. You can get a corny dog out there, play carnival games, and see one of the great rivalries in the sport, David.
It's crazy. You literally walk outside of the stadium, and there are thousands upon thousands of people. They don't even realize a football game's going on, Jesse. They're just having a good time.
You're right. It's part of what makes this game so special. The Red River rivalry.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Taking it the other way. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Texas. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He's going to run it. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. The Sooners will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Makes the catch. It's Thomas. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like back in my day, and Jesse did this, and I did that. So, I mean, come on, offense. Let's put this together. Let's keep this game competitive.
And the Sooners in a good spot here with second and short. Handoff to Xavier. There's a little room there. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. On the ground, it's Smothers. Turning it on. Makes it past the marker. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Throwing Manning. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Moving out to the right. Going to try to get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Calls his own number. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Manning to throw for it on 4th. Makes a grab past the marker.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
And the Longhorns, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Here's Arch to throw. Sends it downfield. Trying to find the end zone. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet.
Well, they have a massive lead, and we're only in the second quarter, but they're not calling the dogs off. They are staying aggressive, and they are taking shots. Another hookup there for this offense. Everything that they are dialing up is working to perfection. They're looking to add already to their blowout lead.
Got nothing last time, now 2nd and goal from the 3. Trying to power it in. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still, just a very short gain. This will likely be the last play of the half. He's got the tight end. Touchdown, Longhorn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Yeah, and bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Fires it down the seam. Makes a grab right down the middle. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. Let's start with Memphis taking on the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers.
And a few anxious moments, but the Hands team is able to fall on it. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They'll open the second half on the ground.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. trying to move them on the counter. That'll be enough to give them a first and goal from the 10.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to...